Police constable arrested in major ammunition sting operation. In a stark demonstration of internal accountability, a serving police constable finds himself behind bars following a major multi-parish operation targeting the illicit ammunition trade. The constable, attached to the Westmoreland Division, is one of 2 men now in custody after a high-level joint operation seized 85 assorted rounds of ammunition and exposed alleged criminal networks from within. The dramatic arrests unfolded on Friday, spearheaded by the elite counter-terrorism and organized crime branch CTOC in concert with the Firearms and Narcotic Investigation Division. In a series of coordinated strikes across Hanover and Westmoreland, law enforcement moved from targeted raids to intelligence-led pursuits, painting a picture of a sophisticated investigation. The operation's first breakthrough came at a location in Hanover where 2 men were apprehended in an active sting targeting the illegal sale of ammunition. A search of a motor vehicle occupied by the duo yielded the first cache of illicit rounds. Acting on intelligence gathered at the scene, investigators then executed a follow-up operation at a residential location in Westmoreland where additional ammunition was recovered. The identities of those in handcuffs sent a shockwave through the force: a 31-year-old police constable and a 39-year-old civilian. Both are now detained on reasonable suspicion of serious breaches under the stringent Firearms Prohibition, Restriction and Regulation Act 2022. Alongside the ammunition, police confiscated a motor vehicle, multiple cellular phones, and a sum of cash, all now secured as evidence. In a forceful statement, the police hierarchy emphasized its zero-tolerance stance, particularly when allegations involve its own members. The arrest of one of their own marks a critical moment for the Jamaica Constabulary Force, balancing the disgrace of alleged internal corruption with a public showcase of its investigative arms acting without fear or favor. As investigations continue, the case underscores a persistent and dangerous truth. The battle against the island's gun violence is not only fought in the streets, but sometimes within the very institutions tasked with protection. The detained constable now awaits his fate, not as an officer of the law, but as a suspect under its full scrutiny. An Ananda alert has been activated for 15-year-old Amelia Vickers of Roaring River District, Westmoreland, who has been missing since Friday, January 30. She is of dark complexion, slim build, and is about 5 feet 6 inches tall. Reports from the Withorn police are that at about 10 a.m., Amelia was last seen at home wearing a lime green blouse, blue jean shorts, a green bag, and a pair of black shoes. Efforts to locate her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Amelia Vickers is asked to contact the Withorn police station at 876-822-4006, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. An Ananda alert has been activated for 13-year-old Talia James of Barbary Hill District, Lucy Hanover, who has been missing since Wednesday, January 28. She is of dark complexion, medium build, and about 5 feet 4 inches tall. Reports from the Lucy police are that Talia was last seen in the town of Lucy at about 7 a.m., dressed in a green tunic, white blouse, and a pair of black shoes. All efforts to locate her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Talia James is being asked to contact the Lucy police at 876-956-2333, the 119 police emergency number, or the nearest police station. Detectives assigned to the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch CTOC and the Area 1 Gang Unit have charged a husband and wife following a drug seizure at their home in Montego Bay, St. James on Thursday, January 29. The accused have been identified as 56-year-old Hector Wright, a football coach, and 42-year-old Jody Ann Cookright, a customer service agent, both of Catherine Hall, St. James. Reports are that about 1:15 p.m., an operation was conducted at the couple's two-story dwelling. During a search of the premises, officers discovered containers with suspicious substances. Investigators from the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division were alerted, and during their inspection of the substance, it was revealed to be more than 20 pieces of crack cocaine. Both accused were taken into custody and charged with possession of cocaine and dealing in cocaine. They are scheduled to appear in court on February 25 this year. Brazen attack on police, vehicle riddled with bullets as gunmen flee into night. A routine traffic stop erupted into a violent firefight on the darkened roads of Albion on Thursday night as a group of brazen gunmen opened a barrage of fire on a police patrol before vanishing into the shadowy thicket, sparking a furious island-wide manhunt. The tense sequence began under the cloak of a typical evening patrol. According to police reports, at approximately 8:30 p.m. on January 29th, officers signaled the driver of a white Toyota Noah to stop along the Albion main road. What followed was an act of sheer defiance that catapulted the parish into chaos. In a heartbeat, the driver slammed the accelerator, ignoring the flashing lights and screaming sirens, and plunged into a desperate high-speed chase toward the White Horses community. The pursuit, a streak of light and sound through the rural landscape, reached a critical juncture when the fleeing vehicle swerved violently onto Stanmore Lane and screeched to a sudden, ominous halt. Then the silence shattered. In an instant, the scene transformed from a chase to a combat zone, a senior police source recounted, speaking on condition of anonymity. 3 shadowy figures burst from the doors of the van, their silhouettes illuminated by police headlights. Without hesitation, they raised their weapons and unleashed a hailstorm of gunfire toward the pursuing officers. The police party, caught in the open, returned fire in a thunderous exchange that echoed through the sleepy community. Muzzle flashes lit up the night as residents dove for cover. When the echoes finally faded and the acrid smell of gunpowder hung heavy in the air, the gunmen had fled, disappearing on foot into the dense, tangled bushes of the Hamburg Lane area like ghosts. Miraculously, no officers were physically injured in the ambush, a fact the police force is calling divine protection. The same could not be said for their service vehicle, which sat perforated with multiple gunshot wounds, a stark metallic testament to the violence it had endured. The aftermath was a scene of forensic desperation. Floodlights painted the road in harsh white light as investigators catalogued spent shell casings, searched for blood trails, and combed the mangled grass for any clue left behind by the fugitives. The Toyota Noah, now a silent and empty vessel of crime, was seized for processing, with the perpetrators at large and considered armed and extremely dangerous. The St. Thomas police have launched a massive manhunt, saturating the parish and beyond with checkpoints and patrols. Overseeing the investigation is the Independent Commission of Investigations, whose personnel were on the ground by dawn to piece together the precise chain of events and ensure accountability. For the residents of White Horses and Hamburg Lane, a deep unease has settled in. The knowledge that the men who dared to shoot at the police are hiding somewhere in their midst has turned familiar footpaths into objects of suspicion and the rustle of leaves into a cause for alarm. The incident has cast a long shadow, raising urgent questions about the escalating boldness of criminal elements and the perils faced by law enforcement on the front lines. As the manhunt presses on, one thing is clear: the hunt for the Albion gunman is more than a search. It's a battle for the very sense of security in St. Thomas.
Yelei, last year, Ja. It's good to be here. Life is the greatest, and we're here welcoming the Minister of Tourism and Culture from Sierra Leone to our beautiful island of Jamaica. Please be welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm home. I'm home. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Sizzla welcomed Sierra Leone tourism minister to Jamaica. Sizzla Kalonji was among the Jamaicans who welcomed Sierra Leone's Minister of Tourism and Culture, Nabella Tunis, to Jamaica on Wednesday. The visit comes a month after Sizzla headlined the One Nation Reggae Festival in Sierra Leone last November, an event organized by the country's tourism ministry to promote cultural exchange. As part of the festival activities, Sizzla was officially granted land in the West African nation, further strengthening his ties to the region.